Good morning, my art journal junkie friends. This is Trish. So we've just come out of having a lovely long weekend. It was Heritage Day on Sunday, which meant that Monday was a public holiday. And we spent the weekend catching up with friends, going to a show, doing some shopping, and my hubby baked not one, but 4 Christmas cakes because we love dark fruit cake. Anyway, while he was baking, I was journaling. So I thought I would show you my little journal that is inspired by Joanne Hodges from Crafty Hodges. You'll see there'll be an iCard up here to one of her videos where she is encouraging people to start doing collage work. And this is in this little journal, which is made purely out of a magazine. And you can see, she'll explain to you, but pretty much you cut off the magazine and then fold in the pages and glue them. And this magazine journal is meant to be purely for glue work. I don't think it'll hold up with any wet media. So what I've done is I took a piece of a print that I liked. I stuck it on the front, used some duct tape, and when I get to the back I'm going to use a print that I like there too. I think I might do that today actually, because I'd like to put a little loop through so that I can keep the book closed. As you can see, just the few pages that I've done already have sort of made it a bit fatter, so I envisage this to be about that thick when I'm done. Anyway, let me show you. So page number 1 here, my name, my phone number. This piece of paper that I stuck down here, I took across, and originally I was going to make a little flip pocket. And then I thought, I'm the worst one with pockets. I never put anything in them, and if I do, I forget that I've got them there. So I stuck it down. And then this portion here is just the cover of the magazine that I've left bare if you want, and on it I've just written, if you find my book, it means I lost it. Hope it brings you as much joy as it did to me. And I was getting ready to travel overseas, so I picked up the background here is from the magazine. I left that in, and then I picked up some collage pieces. You can go to Crow About Studios, Tumble, Mischief Circus, any one of the people who sell digital prints, and pick up a couple of prints or digital downloads, print them out, and then cut them out and glue them in. And this is just my own handwriting saying I'm getting ready to travel again. And you'll notice what I do is I always put my stamp and the date. My stamp is my signature, and the date. That way I know when I did what. Okay, so that's page 1. I love this little book. I can't tell you how excited I was when I started it. This side here, it's a little bit shiny because I've got the lights on, it's early morning. This is just out of a magazine that I found. That is a I don't know if you can see that. There we go. That's a, what do you call it? Not a statue, a piece of art at any rate on a stand. And then I took some, these were from a garden magazine, and they were containers for pot plants, and I just put them upside down. And then I journaled a little bit on the side, and here I wrote Africa, where it all hangs in the balance. We're going through some trying times in South Africa. But anyway, I don't get into the politics. That's my personal view. Then this was a most amazing day for me, the day the sun went out. This was the solar eclipse. And this is just the leftover piece this is the background of the magazine. And then I printed out a picture that I found on Pinterest, just on black and white. Now I put little glue, glitter, some glitter pen dots, and I wrote here, even the birds thought it was the end of the world. And thanks to NASA and YouTube, I was able to watch the solar eclipse go across the USA today. That was on the 21st of August. Okay, here we started, I had the sunflower in my stash for a long while, and you'll see what I've done is now I've used a piece of a jelly print that I made myself down the bottom on the page. I've stuck that down and then collaged the sunflower on top, and in my own handwriting I've written some advice. Oopsie, sorry about that. Advice from a sunflower: be bright, sunny and positive, rise and shine and hold your head high, spread seeds of happiness and stand tall. And I love sunflowers, they're so cheery. And here and there I took Prismacolors and I just highlighted it a little bit just to make it a bit more brilliant. Now we get to Joanne's class that she has started. She's got a 6-part series on Crafty Hodges, and she shows you how to take, I think it's 2 or 3 digital print sets, and how to make a 6-page or a 6-part series that she's got going. So I'm following her on this, but obviously not completely. I like to always put my own spin on things. So this is her tenny bird, and the idea was because tenny bird is wearing tenny shoes. And so I always feel that a girl has got to have a crown. So I put a crown on tenny bird, and I used different arms to what Joanne used. And my legs, the pants are put upside down. This is sort of very African feeling for me. And then I wrote in here, forget glass slippers. This princess wears tackies. Now tackies are the South African word for tennis shoes. Okay, I just want to cover up that one because it's a little bit of an emotional page. But here, this day I flew down to one of the coastal cities in South Africa to go and collect some cancer medication for a lady who is not well. And that's why I say this next page is a little bit emotional because I wrote some things there. But while I was on the plane, I used just 2 Posca pens, a black and a white, and I wrote the words choose kindness and laugh often. And I was trying to outline a bumpy, on the bumpy flight, which I thought was rather hilarious, because as I would try and put my pen down, and it would come up and go down and would come up. And I wasn't going to give up. I just figured that I needed to get through this bumpy flight and also the very emotional day that was ahead of me. So excuse me for not showing you the rest of that page. Okay, then here's following Joanne again. This was lesson 2, that was lesson 3. So lesson 2 she did Rosebud, and I loved Rosebud, but I had to make her a South African cousin or a cousin. So I called her Mbali, which is also oftentimes our native South Africans or black South Africans, I'm not never sure of the politically correct word, but anyway, they have traditional African names, but then they anglicize them or they put them into English as to the meaning. So what Mbali, and there's a bird outside my window and he is quite noisy, so forgive me. Anyway, I guess he's happy that it's been raining and it's a nice day too. So Mbali is a nickname of Mbaleli, and it's a unique floral Zulu name for a girl child. It's a combination of Mbali and Entle, and it means a beautiful flower. So this is Rosebud's cousin, and there is her flower. I forgot to put her neck in, but you know. And then this was, I don't know, some sort of petal or something, and obviously the flower coming out. Did you see that? Sorry about that. And then on this side was lesson number 3 was her Home Sweet Home, which again I put my own little spin on. I used the same principles with the little house in the background and the bird, etc., etc. But again, the bird's got a crown, and I changed up the dress. And you'll notice I always put the hands wonky. I don't know why. I can never work out which is right and which is left. But anyway, I think that adds to the quirkiness of the picture. So I've written here, and this is a little, I don't know if you can see here, it's a little lovely jelly, glittery gel pen, jelly roll. And it says, I love it when my chickens come home to roost. And my eldest son, who lives in America, we haven't seen him for 2 years. It's just 21 more sleeps till he arrives, and then it's party time. Oh, I can't wait. He's my drinking buddy. Anyway, and we only drink red wine, just by the way. But we make a good job of it. Okay, and then I was so enjoying my journaling in here that I've started a page, which I haven't completed. And then this was yesterday, a very, very special young lady to me who's sort of like an adopted niece. She turned 24, and this is a very special page for her because it says, it's your special day, Tam Tam. If I had a magic wand, I would grant you your heart's desire. Ta-da! So this was for her birthday, to commemorate that, and I hope that the wish that she made for her birthday comes true. And then this page here is prepped and ready to go for another session of art and gluing and sticking and whatnotting and, you know, pen work and so on. And then I've got a whole bunch of other pages that are just waiting to be filled. So there we go, peeps. I hope that you've enjoyed having a look through so long. And I wish you all a wonderful week. Please show us your journals as well. And if you enjoyed this little video, please consider subscribing to my channel and giving me a thumbs up. And come across to Facebook to Art Journal Junkie and join us there. And thanks again. Take care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.